Raw was in Oklahoma City tonight, and it was Martin Luther King Day. So they started the show off with a MLK video package. Very well done. Then we start off with Brock Lesnar, and it's a horrible Paul Heyman interview. And it's like, whenever I hear Paul Heyman doing his long promo, I just tune out. I tune out now. I am just so sick of it. It's been the exact same thing for 7 years. I can't stand seeing Heyman cut these promos. I can't stand Brock. Finn comes out, and Vince comes out, and then eventually it's Strowman and Balor in the opening match, and it's just boring as fuck. This Finn's promo sucked. They're doing something with Vince and Strowman. I mean, I don't know. Strowman's cleared. He's 100% now. He's going to be in the Rumble, I think, because he wouldn't have been able to have this match. I don't think he's winning. I think it's going to go to Rollins, but Strowman here, they made you think that, him and Lesnar might still happen eventually. Eventually, Vince McMahon makes Finn Balor and Braun Strowman, and this match was really weird. So when they're having the match, it's something that's hard to do because they clearly don't want to beat Strowman again, and they clearly can't beat Balor because he's wrestling on Sunday for the title. And during this match, there's two spots that are just very strange in how they both intertwined, because Brock Lesnar attacked Finn Balor twice in front of the referee. The first time he is disqualified, and then he's not disqualified the first time. The second time he is disqualified. So what? After the first time, I think, is this a no DQ match? He gave Finn Balor a belly to back suplex on the mats on the outside. Now Braun Strowman threw him into him, but Lesnar clearly suplexed Finn Balor on the outside, and there's no DQ by the ref. Why? What the fuck? That was so stupid. I can't believe how horribly lazy that was for WWE to book that. It's just terrible. He gets suplexed, and then the second time Balor has Strowman beat with the coup de grace, and then Brock beats him down. And now the referee calls for it. What about the first time? He fucking suplexed him on the ground. It's just a horrible fucking consistency, man. That was just terrible. And during the match, I had Balor attack Lesnar on the outside many times. I just hated it. I mean, Brock puts an F5 to Balor. That's their setup. I just thought, really, this sucked. So they have Lio Rush come out, and it's him holding the title as Bobby Lashley steps onto this. They have like the stand in the ring, and it's like Lashley's gonna pose for it. And then he's interrupted by Apollo Crews, and they eventually have this pose off. It's just horrible. Thank God Lashley didn't show us his ass. That's all I was afraid of. They just flex, and it's just awful. I mean, Lashley's so much bigger than Apollo. And Lio Rush is so annoying. He's someone I don't want to see on TV anymore. I just wish he was at 205 Live and just wrestling in that division instead of being on the main roster on TV. He's just terrible. And eventually it's Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews. Lashley wins. It was quick. I was thinking that's it. I thought they were going to push Apollo, but I guess not. After Lashley comes out, Seth Rollins comes out, and him and Lashley pass each other on the ramp, so I hope they don't go back to that. Seth Rollins uses Martin Luther King's adversity to compare to him all the stuff he's gone through. Poor Seth. I mean, he has been given one of the top spots on the main roster ever since the Shield split up. He was pushed heavily with the Shield. Poor guy. I mean, he won the world title at WrestleMania in the main event. What? Oh, man, it's like his adversity. The last few months, and you're losing the Intercontinental title, the secondary title. You're probably, so what, it gives you the chance to go for the Universal title. You're mad because your brothers split up, and that's Roman adversity, not yours. Oh my God, I don't know. I was really annoyed how they actually used Martin Luther King, and they're actually trying to do something like that. Whatever. Drew McIntyre comes out, it's McIntyre and Rollins, and McIntyre just bores me to tears. My God. I know he's one of the favorites to win the Rumble. I think Rollins and McIntyre are two of the favorites. It can go to either one of them. Strowman's a possibility as well. I think he'd be third, but I think Rollins is the biggest favorite. Second would be McIntyre. And I think third's probably Strowman. So Rollins went to the roll-up, and I'm thinking, you shouldn't be beating Drew. They have the revival with Vince McMahon backstage. This is obviously done to troll the dirt sheets at the revival reportedly asked her to release, which I believe they did. I think they probably did. After Raw last week, after they beat the Lucha House Party, they asked Vince for their releases. I didn't get it. And then eventually, Kurt Hawkins comes, and it's just a horrible segment here. And it's the revival get a tag title match with Kurt Hawkins as referee. Ambrose comes later, and he's still talking with Martin Luther King. He says, "Notice no injustice. Any injustice is a threat to justice." Is that quote? All he needs to do is give the social justice warriors something to complain about. Oh, WWE is racist. Oh. This sucked. Ambrose, I'm sorry, I hate this fucking segment. I hate Ambrose and Rollins. This feud, it sucks. Lucha House Party, I'm not going to talk about that. EC3's backstage talking to Dana Brooke. There's two reasons why Dana Brooke is still employed. I think we can pretty much figure out why. I'm not going to complain too much because of that. Elias is walking in the back, and he's cuts a promo, and Baron Corbin interrupts. This show was just cringeworthy. This is one of the worst Raws of the year. It's going to be a candidate for one of the worst. People forget about it probably because it happened in January when we're at the end of the year, but this has been a horrible show, especially this is a go-home show for a pay-per-view like the Royal Rumble. Last week was really good, though. I thought last week's Raw was one of the better shows they've done in a while. I really enjoyed last week. This week, just nothing. This is such a disappointment. It's really strange. I thought WWE would do a better job, but Raw is just a snooze fest this week. So boring. Not hyping up either match. You wouldn't even care that the Royal Rumble is this Sunday. Nothing. They're making us watch Elias and Baron Corbin. Elias wins. It's just an absolutely horrific match. They're still pushing Baron Corbin. Next is a moment of bliss. Alexa Bliss comes out looking beautiful as always. It's strange how they use her. They love Alexa Bliss and they want her back in the ring, which she will be at the Royal Rumble. But it's one of those things in which, because she was injured and she's such a high priority for them, they have to give her something to do. And these moment of bliss things, she wore these outfits that were just smoking hot, but at the same time, every single one of these segments was fucking horrible. It's not her fault, but all of them were just absolutely horrific. And this was the worst. She comes out and she introduces all the women who are going to be in a match. She introduces Nia Jax, I'm thinking stuff, they're still fucking pushing this chick. This land whale is still going to get pushed. Are you kidding me? Ember comes on, all the women come out, and it's just a dog shit segment. It's just a train wreck. It's unspeakably terrible. They have Alexa Bliss standing up on a chair trying to get people to calm down, and they all fight. They all brawl in the back, waiting gorilla. And it's just absolutely horrific. And Alexa Bliss is left standing, and then she announces, this is really cool, she announces she will be in the Royal Rumble. So she announces her return, which was a terrible decision because I think if you let Alexa Bliss do a surprise return, I think she would have got a huge pop at the Royal Rumble in Phoenix. Instead, we know she's in there. I think the reason is because if they do a surprise return, there's some pressure she might have to win, which she's clearly on. I doubt Alexa Bliss wins. The way it looks like Alexa Bliss is a babyface, which I always would like to see. I think Alexa Bliss is far better as a babyface than a heel. She is extremely likable. You follow her on Instagram, and I don't want to talk about her life, and you see in her interviews, she is the biggest sweetheart. She'd be great as a cute blonde, a blonde-hair, blue-eyed babyface, and she's super likable. She's small. She's an underdog because of that. I've always thought she'd be a perfect babyface, and she has so much natural charisma. I guarantee you, Alexa Bliss is everything about her to me. I'd always rather see her as a babyface than a heel. That's me. Just because she's that cute, innocent, nice blonde girl that's a sweetheart. I don't know. I really think she'd do well. And Lacey Evans comes out, and they're trying to get her over too. She rips into Alexa, calls her like a sawed-off, gritty runt. Lacey, this was actually a good promo by Lacey Evans. She was the best part of this whole segment, so I think that's the feud they're going with. I think Lacey Evans might even eliminate Alexa Bliss in the Rumble. Heavy Machinery comes out. They show something with Titus O'Neil, and it's just terrible. Heavy Machinery has a shitty match against the Ascension, who I don't know why they've been fired. Revival get their tag title match, and they lose to Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, and then they beat down Kurt Hawkins. Zack Ryder makes a save. Okay. They have a Ronda Rousey segment. It was horrible. I'm sorry, it was horrible at Ronda. Ronda is good on the mic. It's just like they made her talk really fast, and she had to do so much, memorize all her lines. And it was like she stuttered. I don't blame her. She looked nervous. She didn't look comfortable at all. She messed up so much. The promo was horrible. And it's not really her fault, because I think that's almost impossible to remember everything. It's like, why is she trying to it's like she cares about Sasha Banks thinks. Why does Ronda Rousey afraid of Sasha Banks and hurting her feelings and having to apologize to her? Why does it bother her? Why has she been thinking about that all week? Why is Ronda Rousey just thinking, I'm facing Sasha Banks, I'm going to destroy her? This girl has been nothing for the last 2 years. Why is she so worried about... what? I don't get it. I don't get why this Ronda Rousey character cares so much what Banks thinks of her. Rousey comes out, and then Banks and Bayley come out, and this match was pretty decent. Sasha's really, really good. She's a great worker, and I'm really happy to see her as a heel. I said it earlier about Alexa as a babyface. Sasha Banks is a natural heel. She is so much better as a heel than she is a babyface. She's someone who should never be babyface again for the rest of her career, because she is a natural heel. She let her be that boss character in NXT. Now, the problem is she got really good in the ring, and the fans start to cheer her because of that. Just let Sasha Banks go out there. Let her be a bitch. Let her be the boss. Let her treat everyone like it's a fan in the airport. That's what Sasha Banks should do, because she was really good here. I thought she did well in this match. There were some botches. Natalia's just not over it. I almost feel like she needs to go now. I don't want to see her in the ring anymore. Bayley is just not a non-factor. They were really inferior to the other two, and that's the whole point. But Ronda Rousey loses her first match, even though she wasn't pinned. This is the first time I think she's ever been involved in something in which she did not come out the victor, because her team lost. Sasha Banks submits Natalya with the Banks statement, and then at the end of the match, you have Sasha and Ronda setting up the match, and that was the only thing that had decent build-up. I like the Ronda-Sasha build-up. They're yelling at each other in the ring. They're having Bayley and Natalya break it up. That's fine. I mean, we all know Ronda's going to win, but it's a good, it'll at least be a good showing for Sasha, so it is what it is. For a go-home show to the Royal Rumble, this show was very disappointing.